You know how we do every month? We look at uranium sector. I don't know about uranium sector. I just focus on the four horsemen of the apocalypse: uranium spot, uranium futures, Cameco, and Kazatomprom. Those are my four horsemen. So let's look at uranium spot. We got our close. I'm using futures for now, 71.15. That was the last printed price for January. I don't know. It's interesting. It's not really. It's kind of fluctuating around here. But I tell you what, keep an eye out for the Fukushima high. That's going to be 64, 63, somewhere around 65-ish. If we continue dipping, could find support in Fukushima. Let's look at some stuff here. The Bradley model is interesting because the Bradley model, I don't know, it's been picking some things here. You see there, right here was that break to the upside. Right here, we kicked in on the Bradley model. Didn't get the high exactly, but got the turn. Now we're entering a Bradley model turn here. And that's somewhere around March. And since we're dealing with monthly close, it's going to be hard to pinpoint the date. So you want to keep an eye at the 70-ish level. See if maybe we consolidate, kind of go sideways. Maybe it's just sideways action all the way to April. And then we get this nice move according to the Bradley model. Just kind of forecasting, nothing, written in stone or anything like that. Just maybe speculating. Maybe it could just be side chop. Or maybe it could just start grinding sideways to higher from here. So we'll see. The spectrum cycle, a lot of the cycle, there's two cycles here that are bottoming out. The blue one and the green one. The green one bottomed out October of last year. The blue one is bottoming out, or actually maybe bottomed out this month. Then we got a red one that goes even further deeper into October of this year. So we'll see. I did a composite of that, of all those three cycles, and this is what you get. So it's somewhere around January, February, if this composite is going to play out. Could possibly bring a turn on uranium spot, but nothing guaranteed. Nothing guaranteed. Just looking at things here. Let's see. Let's see what we got here in our indicators. Let's see the pitchfork. Interesting. This could be support, but you can see that sometimes it's not perfect. It fluctuates below it. And it was acting like this thing wasn't even there, but that was our low around November of 1850. And then we penetrated and never got to kiss the 25% level in the angles, but we're coming back to revisit our APF low. There is some support there. Let's see if it's going to hold and bounce, or if it's going to penetrate it and then eventually creep back up. Something I'm watching. Let's see, my Gann square. You know what that time it is, right? It's vector time. Entering a vector. Look at this vector right here. Look how prices exploded to the upside. Is it going to happen here? Never know, but if you've been following me for a while, you've noticed that the vector is very interesting. I mean, it could continue. I mean, it could be capitulation, pop, or just right out turn. But we'll see. Look at the vector right here. Look at the vector right here. Didn't do nothing here. It was like a fake out and then exploded up. But we're entering to that vector, and that's somewhere around in March. maybe, February, March in that ballpark. Let's see, another gas grid now. This one just failed. Nothing really there. Let's see what else we got here. This is your midpoint. And it's 71.69, and we close for the month of January at 71.15. So we're in this area where if it's going to find support, it'll fluctuate here. And then once it bases off, then it sticks his head out above this angle. Maybe it's another opportunity. Maybe the vector point is going to do it. I don't know. We're just speculating here. Let's see. I am watching this ellipse. I just got to make sure this ellipse is right, scaled. So right now it's indicating July. But I got to make sure that this is lining up right. I think that's it for this clip. Nice pullback. We're into 366 days. We already did a year of a nice correction. My gas theory is the year of the correction. And so far it has played out. 7-year cycle just kicked in. 1 year down. Good turn here. I don't know. We'll see. But so far we have played out 1 year correction on uranium spot. Let's look at my other chart and see what I got cooking there. Okay, so this is my geometry chart. Right here is indicating as high as it went. That was $106.30-ish. It was that high. And this is what we printed because we're using closes. But if you look at the future, that's how high, that's as high as net gas went. Let's look at our Gann fans on a scale chart. So far it failed. It went as high as here, but failed the 1x2. Now it's pushing down. We fail the 45 here. And looks like maybe if it's still continuing, could find support at the 1x2, but we're pretty far. I figured maybe we'll maybe test Fukushima 65, and if that doesn't hold, we got the 1x2. You can see that there is something to the 1x2 there. Ellipse kind of tuck the uranium spot back in the hole using our fractal Gann from the January low, $7.10 to the high of $1.36. We're at that midpoint, that sweet spot, 71.64-ish. See, that's going to hold. We had a vector here, and prices just continue, just not turning around yet. Got another support here, which is around 62.78, and you get your Fukushima high right there. Andrew's pitchfork, I think this was a 75% right here, and it failed. Failed the midpoint from our anchored APF. You got a long way to go here. Fibonacci, you got the 50%, 71.66. We're oscillating there for a little bit. You got support here from these swing points, about 32.8, which is 63.47. We're going to continue pushing lower. Nothing there. I'll probably keep going. The ellipse caught a little late that high. And let's look at our advance. So far, our advance from this impulse, we're below 73.22. Supposed to be support, but now it's going to be resistance. What are my thoughts on uranium spot? Well, kind of mixed. There's a school of thought that natural gas, it could be a quicker option in regards to facilitating the AI sector, you know, like pretty much the quick fix, get it running, going, boom. We got some good energy for them. But in regards to longevity, nuclear probably is the better deal until, you know, they build all these nuclear things and whatever they're planning to do to catch up, and then, you know, switch the plug into that. But if it's something of, you know, setting it up real quick and getting things going right away, natural gas will probably be the better option. But we'll see. And also with the DeepSeek software or large language model that they put out, people maybe are just waking up to realizing that maybe they don't need that much energy. I think they do need a lot of energy. Maybe not as much, but I mean, I'm sure it's just not AI. I'm sure they want to do, you know, run the whole system through, you know, crypto. I mean, everything, AI, everything running through the system, you know, the world system they want to put, or whatever you want to call it, the system. And you're going to need a lot of power, especially if you want the whole world to be on this system. So I'm sure it's going to be demanding. But right now, they may be kind of leaning as like, oh, well, DeepSeek could, you know, pull this off. With not that much stuff, then maybe, you know, NVIDIA and all these people have been overhyping these things. So we'll see. I think in the long run, they're going to need a lot of energy, especially if they're going to plug everything into the world system that they're planning to do. All integrated, all connected. Crypto, AI, robots, you name it, all that stuff. But anyway, I digress. Let's go to the other clip and see what we have there. Okay, here we have one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. This one is a big one. It's Cameco. So far, the trend is still up above the 20, the 50, and the monthly time frame. You're above the cloud, still looking good. However, the MACD is negative. You can see that there is some kind of weakness kicking in. We went as high as 62.55. I made a high in December. EPS buy signal still intact. However, now you're in chop fest. Anywhere between, you could say 53 all the way to 45. 45 is actually good support because it could probably bounce off the 20. But we'll see. But so far, in chop fest, 49, 44 it closed. So you're right here where there's noise, but the trend is still up. On the weekly, MACD went positive, but then last week got negative. So I know they reported and all that, but now you are below the 20, still kind of chopping around the 50. Kissing the cloud. Cloud is still positive. You got a PPS. You had a sell, buy. We don't have a sell yet, but the MACD is still negative. You do have the value area high of 44.40, and you got this cloud support right here, 45. 45 is going to be an interesting number. That's a strong number. Maybe you could probably find support. We'll see. It looks like it pierced it here, and we went as low as 35, finding support at the 100. And you also got the 200 here. Even if there is a market sell-off with the equities and everything, I'm sure it's going to find some support. Definitely point of control 25. Goes down to 25, that might be a good bargain. I don't know if it's going to get down there, but that could probably be a good, interesting, if there is some strong selling. That's like the next support. $6 now. I don't think it's going to go to $6. But definitely, if there's some kind of capitulation or some kind of crazy sell-off, it wouldn't be bad placing a buy order at 25 or even at the 200 SMA on the weekly. So this one's interesting. But so far, You can see that it's getting weaker here. And you got that 49, was it 48? There is some kind of support right here. The daily, however, is showing a better picture. You are below the cloud. In the short term, there is weakness on Cameco. Yeah, and the linear regression channels are pointing down, so, and MACD is negative. Sentiment looks like it's shifting. Let's see. Yeah, it's shifting. It started shifting. Interesting. It oscillates. But as of December, it started shifting. And you can say the weekly started shifting around July. However, the monthly is, it looks like it's just peaked. But on the daily, whoa. You're below the 50, below the 100, below the 20, chopping around the 200, and you got a PPS sell signal. So can it push lower? You got value area low around 45. So yeah, so it's a strong number right here. Let's see if it gets down there. It went as low as 46, so maybe may retest it, and if it's a fair new low, maybe could push higher. Keeping in mind, March could possibly, between, February and March, could possibly bring a turn on uranium spot. So if that happens, maybe Cameco could turn here. So we'll see. Let's go to uranium futures. Okay, so this is uranium futures. This is one I keep track of also. And so far, it's having a tough time breaking this trend line. You can see that it dipped all the way to like 68 and change. There's the 38.2 Fibonacci, which is 67.35. And then you got the Fukushima, which is somewhere around 65-ish. See what they're saying. Uranium sinks to 16-month low. Uranium at 73.95, January 20th. Uranium holds near 14-month low. So yeah, it's just kind of being like, what's going on? However, the trend is still down. We haven't had... It could be a little mini basing here. Maybe between February and March. Maybe we break out. I don't know. But so far, it's not looking too good. Just some sideways price action. So if you're risky, maybe you want to dip your toes here and there. Maybe accumulate some of your favorite stocks. Let's look at the UX. Let's see if there's anything interesting there. I'm assuming it's the same thing. Yeah, nothing really here. Same thing. It went as low as 68. Yeah, nothing really here. You got 64, 45, 38.2 Fibonacci right here. And we broke through the 50%, which is 78.90. I thought this level was going to hold. I thought it was just going to oscillate and just kind of go sideways here and then rip. But it's pushing lower, and you never know if it wants to continue pushing lower. Maybe it wants to test the Fukushima high. We'll see. But so far, it's just kind of there. Getting a lot of text. Let's look at our cap. Not cap. Kazatomprom. Kazatomprom. This is the last one. So far, it has just been chopping along here. Just kind of going sideways. Trying to hold these angles right here. Super chop. Let's see what the news. Nuclear rival puts uranium back in the critical spotlight. Andy Home. Kazatomprom secures new uranium exploration license. This is 2 days ago. Uranium output grows. I guess they're trying to get something positive here. But so far, key trend lines that I'm watching, and it just doesn't want to break. Wants to push, can't penetrate and stay in the supply zone, and it's just consolidating. So I think a move is going to eventually happen. So it's just a nice basing. So you just want to just sit tight, keep this one on your radar. You know where uranium spot is. You know where uranium futures. You know where Cameco is sitting. Keep an eye on the four horsemen and see once uranium spot starts moving up, and it's a slow dinosaur. You just got to keep your eyes on it. But once you start seeing it just starting to creep up slowly, maybe that's when you might even want to, Kazatomprom will follow, Cameco, URA. Let's look at URA, one of the popular ETFs. Yeah, it's so interesting. It just pierces and then pulls right back. Interesting price action. Still can't. I mean, if you think about it, it's just like a big, long consolidation here. It doesn't want to go higher, but it doesn't want to even go lower. And as you got this channel right here. Is there another one that I should worry about or think of? I think that's it. But the main ones I watch, they're kind of like the leading indicator for me, in my eyes, in my opinion. Spot, futures, Cameco, and Kazatomprom. That's it. Everything else is all secondary. If I see uranium spot moving higher, futures, Cameco, the big dog, and Kazatomprom, and maybe some ETFs, then maybe there's a possible bottom here, 1 year correction, one against theory, and then consolidate. I mean, it's consolidating now, but maybe it just needs maybe 3 months to consolidate and then spike up. But we'll see. I'm going to sign out. Hope you like this video. I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on uranium spot price.